It's fall, y'all. It's just what you gotta say. It's fall, and you know what that means? It's October right now. Of course, when I post this video, it's not gonna be October anymore. But right now, as of filming this, it's October, and you know what that means? That's my skate-versary month. I started skating in 2021 October, so that means I've been skating for 4 years. Yay me. That feels pretty cool. I feel like I've never done anything that long before, like consistently. But yeah, we're in the 4th year of skating. But anyway, welcome to another episode of Skate and Yap, and today we are going to be practicing after the Yap Sesh frontside heels. I learned frontside heels recently. I can land them on carpet pretty good, maybe like 1 or 2 per sesh on carpet, but I have not landed one on solid hard ground, rolling, proper rollaway, you know what I mean. That's what I'm going to be practicing today to just kind of dial them in. You know, that was the whole point of this series, like focus on one trick and focus on dialing it in. So what I was going to yap about is something I've been thinking about. And before I get into it, let me just go way back and where I got this notion from, okay? So, as a brown person, oftentimes you get the impression from your parents that anything that's not school or work is useless, okay? So, I'm gonna start from there. So I kind of had this impression of like, you know, during college, I have to only focus on college. I only have to focus on, after that, getting a job. Everything else is useless. And like, I sort of ignored physical health. I sort of ignored like being well-rounded as a person. Of course, like in schools, they sometimes force you to be well-rounded. I didn't go to real school. Wow, I didn't know this was gonna be a story of exposing that I'm homeschooled. Have I ever told you that I'm homeschooled? Yeah, okay, homeschooled. Only in front of a computer, pretty alone. You can have friends as a homeschool kid, but I didn't. So anyway, in front of the computer, just doing school. Everything else is just kind of not that needed. I just need to get a degree. I need to do this. But now that I've started skateboarding, people always say, oh, you know, you're so resilient. You know, you should apply that to other areas of your life. Oh, you know, skateboarding is hard. When you skate, you're really figuring out how to do stuff. It's kind of like a puzzle. You know, you should apply that to your other life. People say that, but I don't know how to do that. Like, how do I transfer the stuff from skating to, you know, my other part of my life? I think it just sort of happens naturally, because I do think I'm kind of more of a more resilient person, kind of more okay with challenges. Like, okay, some things are so challenging, I'm not into it, and I can't even, but I feel like I'm a little more open to challenges and kind of more okay with it. So skateboarding has had an outside effect a little bit, I think pretty decent. But it doesn't stop at skateboarding. Now that I'm trying to get into like a career, you know, you have to network, and I didn't know how to do that. But think about it. When I started skating, I didn't know anyone. Like, I didn't know any community. I wasn't part of any community, really. But then through skating, I became part of a community. I went on Instagram. I joined Skater Uchties. I just expanded myself, my network of skating through those 2 channels. As I was trying to connect with people on LinkedIn, I realized if I take the same approach from skating and finding that skate community to a career, then maybe that can take me somewhere in my career. So I'm like, if I can go to networking events and then network through LinkedIn and then just like network for a career, that's just the same thing as what I did for skating. And so I was like, wow, this is the same. Basically, I've realized that things are kind of connected. I'm not a math person, but to be real, everything in the whole world is somehow made out of math. As much as I don't like math, I have to realize that everything is made out of math. That's consistent across us as humans, nature, the world. Everything is connected. Like, I know people always say, oh, everything in the universe is made out of math, so like we're all connected as humans and all this is connected. But even down to like our lives, things we do in our lives and learn things apply to other things, and it connects us to other people, and it's just, I'm taking different things and applying them to different things. So no, if you just focus on your career, focus on school, and everything else is useless, it's not useless, because you learn things that you apply to other things, and then you learn things from those things that you apply to other things. Painting, crocheting, yeah, obviously swimming and skateboarding, that's for your like physical health, so you may not think of that as useless, but depends who you are. Nothing's an isolated entity which doesn't apply to anything else, basically. And so that's kind of what I realized through networking, through skateboarding. Or like when you're playing a video game, for example, like Pokemon. I saw this funny thing on LinkedIn, and it was like, or I don't think it was LinkedIn, I think it was YouTube, and it was saying like how to talk about your skills that you've learned in Pokemon in a job interview or something. And it was saying like, I'm really good at team building skills. Like, you know, you train your Pokemon, they become a team, you become a team with them. Yeah, even like Pokemon, a video game, can like be applied to your career. It can be applied to other things. Like, nothing you learn is useless. It all goes together. We all go together. So that's why God exists. Anyway, that was just something I wanted to yap about because it was like in my head and whatnot. And let's try some frontside heels. I don't know if I'm gonna land it. I'm gonna be real. I'll probably warm up a little bit with heel flips and ollies and just things like that. And then we'll see if we can land a frontside heel. My first frontside heel on solid ground. Okay, first I'm just gonna do some ollies, some heel flips, and front 180s. Oh, it's so crusty. The ground is so crusty. It's horrid. There we go. One heel flip. Right in the crack. Right in the crack. Heel flip. Oh, that was parallel. Oh, that was so close.
That was pretty close.
That was close, but it keeps going like this, and you have more turn. Ah! It's so hard to scoop on this ground because it's crusty. So I can't get a good scoop. When I'm doing it in my basement, I have a very smooth surface that I practice on. Therefore, I can land it. Here it's gonna be harder, but the objective is practice, not fully land it. That'd be nice though. There! That almost came around. Ah! I don't think it's happening, guys. Oh, that was it. Ah! Yeah. See, that would have been it. I was so close. I had it parallel and everything. But my bad habit is I keep landing on the nose. Too much weight in the front. Not today, guys, but you see how close I am. I just need to get used to it on solid ground, for real. Well, that's the end of the yap, and that's the end of the skate. I'm so close. So I'm gonna keep working on them. Now it's time for the bonus end vlog, which is not always a thing, but today is gonna be a thing, and last episode it was a thing because I was with my sister. I kinda like making these, so you're probably gonna see more of them. But yeah, the snack for the day, we're going to this Korean bake shop. What is it?
Bakery.
Bakery. I don't know why I forgot the word bakery. But yeah, Korean bakery. What do we got this time?
This one has like jam on one side and like pastry cream on the other. But the best part is like the crunchy sugar crystals on it.
Woo. Always wanted to try this, but I never have, so decided to try this. Lots of snacks. Dipped waffle. There we go. Okay, guys, we are back from the little vlog portion of the Skating Yap episode, and we went to Target after eating those snacks, and I got some color pencils because you know why? I have this gigantic coloring pages of Pokemon. I don't know, I just thought it would be fun because adult coloring books are a thing, and people say it's therapeutic, but like, those adult coloring books are kind of boring, so I thought, why not just color Pokemon on a giant coloring page? But thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe, and see you in the next one.